I can't transform. Keep trying. Silence.
Hi y'all, and welcome to another episode of I Can't Transform, featuring myself, Max Prime, and drumroll, packaging is falling apart, Prime, Power of the Primes Moonracer. Before we get to Moonracer, I wanted to, and I don't know if this will be a thing, but I kind of want to sort of dedicate a little bit of this show to stuff related to sort of like meta level like collecting, but also sort of like more personal. What is collecting all about? Why do we do it? Why do we spend the money, the time? Why do we watch all these videos with people sort of like going through these things together? Like, what is it about? And I'm curious what other people think. What other people think about why they collect, what they collect. Because I sort of have a theory, but it's not a great answer, and I can't explain it, and we don't need to explain everything. But I do think it's interesting, and at least the videos that I've seen so far, people don't really seem to talk about it. So for myself, I started playing with toys as a wee lad, very young, including Transformers, but also child of the 80s, G.I. Joes. So G.I. Joes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers. And I love the original Transformers movie, so much so that I would watch it like every weekend at my friend Brett's house. I don't know how many dozens, if not hundreds of times I've seen that movie. I didn't start collecting. I played with the toys, but as a kid, like, kids don't really collect toys. Or at least I haven't seen this as like a thing that kids do. They play with them, but they don't collect them. Like, oh, we have to collect them. But I did start collecting sports cards as like a maybe like first or second grader, third grader, through like grade school, ages of like 7 to 12. And I got into collecting sports cards, like basketball, less baseball, football, but basketball. It's like, oh, we got to get the good ones. We got to get the special ones, the ones that other people don't have. And that was a thing, and it sort of lasted maybe till junior high. But then I sort of I didn't collect toys. I lost all of my toys. But then sometime in the mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the internet, eBay, these all became big things. Sorry, my cat is saying hello, probably because she wants to say hi and she might want some food. But got into eBay, that became a thing, and in my late junior high, early high school, I got re-exposed to Transformers, got re-exposed to the movie, and I loved the movie. And I was also going through some stuff with my family. I think my parents had recently been divorced. I think my dad had remarried. I think I had new siblings. High school, people for whom high school was not stressful. I don't know those people. They aren't my friends. It was very stressful for me as just a kid, So I think those factors together sort of caused me to want to reconnect with something from my childhood, something that I maybe thought I'd lost. And eBay provided this avenue for purchasing and collecting Transformers. So I started collecting toys that I had back when I was a kid. Some toys that I didn't have, but that I'd always wanted when I was a kid. I'll be right back. G1 Ultra Magnus, mint in box. Spent probably more money than I should have, but comparatively less money than it would have cost. I don't know exactly, but Mitten Box, G1 Ultra Magnus. I did not have Ultra Magnus as a kid, but I had Optimus Prime, and G1 Magnus has the Prime Cab. He's undergone the yellowification that so many white plastic robots appear to undergo over time through exposure to light, even if you try to avoid it. And we'll get into that with Moonracer, because I think she's had a little bit of that too, and she's much younger than Magnus here, who is a dinosaur, much like myself. Anyways, I got into collecting G1 figures through eBay, and really pursued that sort of I would say consistently as a where my discretionary income as a juvenile and college-aged person, where it went was getting G1 toys. So I ended up collecting like most of the Combiner Gestalt figures, except Devastator. He's my, I wouldn't call him like white whale, so to speak, because if I wanted to get Devastator, I could have. For some reason, it's just like, I think I had it as a kid, but it was so expensive by the time I started collecting that I didn't get it, and now I'm kind of like, I'm maybe a little bit over it. So I didn't get him, but I got all of the other Gestalt figures, the G1 versions, and really sort of like that lasted through college age into like my mid-20s. And then I think what happened was that basically I became broke, you know, didn't have, was having to start to pay rent, was having to start pay bills as a 20-something, and then didn't want to spend, you know, could not spend really. It was like, oh, what am I going to buy? Food, rent, or toys that I get and then I place somewhere and then I rearrange intermittently. And I also probably wanted to sort of like grow up or something like that. I think in my mid-late 20s where I was like, I'm going to be serious. I'm an adult, and so I'm not going to collect these toy things. And I sort of fell out of collecting for, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years. Didn't collect anything really. And then a few years ago, maybe like 2017, 2018, the Transformers The Siege line came out, and I sort of got exposed to that. And I ended up getting myself a couple Sieges. This is obviously just half of Skytread, the retool of Flywheels, the Siege figure. But I really liked the Siege figures, and I started giving them to myself as Christmas presents. I wasn't going to ask family, partners, or friends. I'm not going to ask Santa Claus. I wasn't going to ask Santa Claus to give me toys. It's sort of, yeah, why not? Well, it made me uncomfortable, so I didn't do it. But I bought myself, I don't know if anyone else does this, I bought myself a handful of toys every year, Transformers that I wanted, that I thought were cool. And I would wrap them up and give them to myself and say, you know, to Max from Santa. And then my family members and or partners would, you know, sit around and be like, haha, like, oh, a little awkward. Oh, Max got himself another present and it's a toy. Yeah, I did that. And I sort of continued to do that, but it didn't lead to collecting. It just led to getting like a few more Transformers every year for myself for Christmas. You know, I got Overlord a handful of years ago, who was awesome, who's got the sick, I'm sucker for clear plastic. I think it's like the old Legos from the 80s, the space stuff. Love the clear plastic, and I think Moonracer has some nice blue clear plastic. Anyways, but it didn't become collecting. So it didn't really become collecting until this past year when, shocker, tension in family drama stuff, change and stress. I think I started having a bit of a falling out with parent, and started collecting old, not Transformers, but the 3 3/4 figures, G.I. Joes. You can't probably see. Yeah, they're there. I started collecting some of those, which I had a lot of as a kid, and which I really enjoyed. And I sort of got back into collecting, but I didn't touch Transformers. I was like, ha! I'm not getting into Transformers at least. Look at me. Sort of patting myself on the back weirdly. I'm buying G.I. Joes, not buying Transformers. And it didn't last. Basically, like sort of this past summer, I don't know what broke the dam. I'm not sure what broke the dam. Like, if I can see. Well, yeah, I don't know what broke the dam. It may have been last Christmas. I got Alita 1, and I got some other like legacy figures that I was just like, these are really cool. I got Rapungus, the Japanese Legends version, Headmaster, probably overpriced. I'm like, I'm still learning. Like, I was getting back into it, so I would see like a really cool figure and not realize that I could get it elsewhere cheaper. I think you can get Rapungus through like Power of the Primes for like really cheap, and I'm like, oh look, this cool Japanese version, and I was like, I'm just making bad decisions. But it something broke, and I've started to get back into collecting. And it dovetails with other things being stressful, and this being something that brings me joy, something that I enjoy doing, something that I enjoy sharing with my well, not with my partner. She just laughs and doesn't try to make me feel bad about it. But it's like, I don't feel. She's like, I don't. You know, you do whatever you want. If you feel bad about it, that's on you. But then I get to share these things with like my nieces and our friends who have kids. And kids love Transformers. I love Transformers. There's something so fun about these little figures that you can turn into jets and turn into planes and turn into bigger robots. And then the story. So that's the bit of background, sort of like why I collect, why I'm still collecting. And I'd be curious if you're willing to share a story. I don't think I've gotten a single comment yet on this on my channel. And if you want to share your story about why you think you collect, like what it does for you emotionally. For me, I think it addresses, it's a salve for family tension. It gives me something to do and to focus on and to control that brings me joy when maybe something else isn't, you know? But let me know. The comments are there. Feel free to use them. All right.
I can't transform. Keep trying.
Okay, looking at the figure, I'm gonna move Ultra Magnus. Well, now he looks so cool, and he needs the screen time. He's great, but he's not gonna cloud this. We'll move him a little bit out of the way. I guess Alita, she's got a reason to be here because we're gonna be talking about one of her friends today. All right, so this brings us to Power of the Primes Moonracer. The reason why did I get Moonracer? And this is, I don't hear people are like, oh yeah, I bought Legacy Tarn. Obviously, everyone buys Legacy Tarn because they think Tarn is the coolest Transformer in the history of the world. I'm still learning that. I missed the IDW comics dealing with Tarn, so I am sort of like confused. I'm like, looks kind of cool, but like, saw him in Cyberverse, and it was like, I didn't get it. You know, I'm still learning what I've missed over the last handful of years. Anyways, Moonracer I got because I recently I make like pretend play videos, and my nieces demanded that they get more Arcee because they had seen the '86 movie, they'd seen Arcee, and they were like, we want Arcee. And I was like, oh, I don't own Arcee. So got Arcee, got a few different figures. I wasn't really impressed. I like one of them. I like the Thrilling 30 Arcee. I think she's pretty cool. But a lot of the other figures, oh my god, the War for Cybertron Arcee is like the janky. It's like devastatingly bad. I still sent it to them and feel guilty about that, but they're kids and they'll probably break it soon anyway. So I'm like, at least Arcee will get some love, even if that War for Cybertron Arcee was just like an unplayable toy and really terrible. But through that process, I was like, I have to get some good, strong female toys that aren't basically Barbie dolls. Like some of those Arcee figures are basically little spindly arm Barbie dolls, and I'm a little uncomfortable with that. So I'm like, who are some strong female characters? I already had Alita 1. She's obviously a bad arse. And then I did a little digging online. I reached out to my Reddit community, and I got a lot of helpful hints. I don't have any of those yet. There's a female Dinobot, Slag, or what's her name? Anyways, I tracked her down because I thought she looked really cool, and I was like, I purchased her. She's on her way. But I also got Moonracer. So Moonracer, I didn't realize this when I got her. I just thought she looked cool. She's got obviously the super cool like blue. She's got a really cool looking vehicle mode, it looks to be. She looks cool. I'm into it. I want to see how she does. Got her online. Not a lot of places still sell her because she is now a few years old, and she's not currently released, so you sort of have to go a more vintage route. So I had to order her off Amazon. Guilty purchase. And unfortunately, she appears to be sort of like she has yellowing. She's got, probably can't see it in this light, but it's her legs and some of her torso appear to have undergone some yellowing, which is sad. And I returned the first one I got, and I was like, hey, you didn't say this in the description. What the heck? Got a new one, same issue. So I'm going to forgive her because it is a sad reality of so many of these cool figures that have white plastic, like poor Magnus here, like Siege Jetfire. I'm like, when's he gonna turn? You know, when does he go from shiny white diamond? I don't know, like shiny white beacon on the hill, awesomest Transformer, to like, how long has he been living in a toilet bowl, down at the park, you know, having every Jim, Bob, and Earl take a whiz. Like when's he gonna turn? Or I'm thinking now of like Last of Us. Like how long is the transition process between being bitten versus becoming a zombie? Like for white plastic, how long is the transition process between like taking it out of the box, letting it see any light at all, white to like yellow, been like living in a urinal for a year and a half? Don't know. Am scared. Do hide my Siege Jetfire now under cover of clothing article. But Moonracer appears to have suffered a preliminarily similar fate, but she still looks cool. So let's see what we got.
I can't transform. Keep trying.
All right, Moonracer. So my Moonracer came like basically out of the packaging. It said new. I don't think it's new in the sense of like unplayed with, but it was like already like unsealed. It comes with a Power of the Primes card. I don't think I'm gonna detach that yet. But Moonracer. All right, we've got some handy dandy scissors to clip the plastic, and I am really happy that they no longer use this much plastic. I don't need you to care about it, but you know, I'm like, yeah, oh look, got a kitty cat. She loves, she could like chew on plastic bags and like hard plastic stuff like this for days. She would. If I let her, she would do it. She loves anything made of plastic, but not like, well, she actually does like toys. She likes the edges of toys a lot. She really likes Legacy Metroplex as like not a scratch post, but like a, you know, rubber chin-on post. Let's see if we can get, so I missed the Power of the Primes toy line when it was first coming out, so I know it has like a whole mythology, and full disclosure, my I don't think I have any, or I'm not sure what my strengths are yet as a Transformers enthusiast, but it's not knowledge. I'm not an encyclopedic knowledge guy, and I'm not that in any other. I am not an encyclopedic knowledge guy in any aspect of my life. So if you want perfect knowledge for like what this thing is, I don't know. My preliminary look online is that it has something to do with the primes or whatever, but I don't know. You might know, and that's totally great. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments. I'll do a little digging in advance. But I'm really an enthusiast. I have some experience, but really I have like passion and joy and a willingness to talk about maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I don't know what my strengths are or what my appeal is exactly, but we'll find out. I don't know what this thing is, but I kind of like it. So we have this little, it's got like a little foldy thing in the back. Not really sure. My cat, oh, yeah, my cat is literally eating this, so we're going to move that. So yeah, there's like a little foldy thing in the back. Oh, okay, I think I saw this online. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this becomes like a hand. And I'm actually now, okay, now that I say this, I'm like, I did do a little digging. Chromia has like or sorry, not Chromia, but Moonracer has like a skirt, like a long back skirt. I am not sure about. We'll see how that goes. This, I think, forms a hand, and I think Moonracer forms like a leg in a gestalt, and I think I ordered the Elita 1 Power of the Primes, who's like the centerpiece. I forget the name of that in a gestalt figure, so I may have to get some of the other ones. Okay, so Elita, or sorry, I keep getting confused. Elita, stay. You're over here. Your time is some other time. This is Moonracer's time. Let's move you out of the way. Moonracer, cool looking figure. Does have the same thing. One of the things that concerns me with a lot of the female Transformers, where they have like the really suspiciously sort of like thin arms, where you're like, okay, is this a Barbie figure or what are we doing here? Head detached. This is a very small little head, and it popped right off. See if we can get that back on. Okay, it is on. Okay, so the figure, yeah, she's got, that leg bends to 90. She's got elbows, she's got some like rotational stuff. Other people do that. I'm probably not going to do that as much. I'm not testing. My primary concern is it a cool toy? Do I like what it turns into? Would I want to use it in a pretend play video? Would I want to like take it to hang out with my friends' kids? Would they want to play with it? Or am I going to want to like play with it in the future, sort of in some capacity? Do I feel good about sending this to my nieces for them to play with? I don't, we'll find out. So far, like I like the figure. I like the look of Moonracer. I like her cool hat. I like the torso, the clear plastic. I'm a sucker for clear plastic torso. I like her like pointy like knees, where she could do like a flying knee bow like to the face. Yeah, there's a lot to like in her figure. Obviously it's like a lot of the figures that become cars, regardless of gender, have the back kibble issue, like, which ends up morphing into an inability, or becomes very quickly an inability to stand upright because they have so much weight on their back. Okay, look at that. She's standing upright. She's got some clear plastic on her feet. But she is standing upright despite massive amounts of back kibble. I am into that. That is cool. But can I transform her into a car? I don't know. Part of this is like, I don't know if it's entertaining, but I watch videos of people transforming things online, and it's like, oh, that looks really easy. But it's like, it's not their first time transforming these things. It's their umpteenth time. And I have seen, for example, I do watch some of Thew's contents, Thew's Amazing Transformers reviews. Yeah, when Thew gets frustrated with the transformation, it's kind of hysterical. And I kind of am into that. I kind of want to see, it's like beyond the curtain. Because like everyone can be like, yes, once they know all the moves, and they're like, bah, 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 bah. But it's like, well, yeah, but what happens when you get stuck? Like, what happens when you get frustrated? I'm curious. If you saw me working on the RC figures that I was transforming last week, especially that War for Cybertron trilogy RC, where I was like trying to wedge the legs in and just like can't get them in. Like I was like on the edge of a breakdown, where it's like nothing brings, maybe not nothing brings everyone, but nothing brings me to like the verge of like emotional collapse, like objects in the world just like not cooperating with me, and like and there's a there. There's definitely a there. But like, yeah, it's like the plates don't come out of the dishwasher the right way. And Transformers, like, not quite. Can't quite get it right. Getting stuck, not being able to figure it out. Little child tantrum max comes out pretty quick. And maybe I'll get to see that today. I don't know. We'll see if I can figure out how to transform Moonracer here.
I can't transform. Keep trying.
So far, I don't. Oh, okay. I think this is gonna end up being her leg's gonna end up being the front of the car, is my guess. I think this folds. Okay. We got like a little foldy action, and there's like a little clip of sorts. Yeah. Those both kind of fold, and maybe this like connects. Unclear. My cat is getting into. Okay, we got a little click, and we have what looks to be the front of a car, maybe. Okay, we got a little hip swivel. We got a big hip swivel. We've got like independent hip swivel. I've got like a hip that swivels here, and then also her legs swivel independently of that. I feel like that has to be something. Well, but what? I'm gonna try switching the legs underneath, because it looks like okay. Look at that. That's progress. That suggests I'm doing something right. Doesn't it? If I could only get this to like click in. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's so satisfying. I love all that clear plastic. I don't know if I'm getting a lot of glare, but is that glare off my forehead or glare off the plastic? What is it? I am loving all that clear blue translucent plastic. I'm loving her colors. And now I'm noticing these things like the little pink, purple, pink, purple, mixed with this like seafoam teal. I'm into it. Okay, how do we, in case kids are watching, what the heck do we do with these arms? Is heck still a cuss? I don't know. I want this to be both adult oriented and kid friendly is my hope. I want my nieces to be able to watch this even if they don't fully understand it. Oh, okay, we got a little bit of this. That is going the wrong. Oh, there's like triple swivels. She's got like, oh my gosh, this is cool. Okay, I'm into it. I'm into it. Okay, what do the arms do? Got this is not, but now it's obviously going the wrong way. So did I do this wrong already? Oh, no. Yeah, maybe I did. Okay, here. Yeah. Boom. She's swiveling like that. She does look like a I was going to say human bobsled, but now she's like a transformer bobsled. Like, going down some, what are the mountains in... What? Okay. These arms, maybe they just fold like that? And like, they kind of like click in? Then her head is just exposed? Does that fold somewhere? Oh, we got this thing like pops out. I think, nope, the head, this head is not wanting to stay on at all. This is a little bit of a hazard.
Oh boy.
Still into the figure, but I recently War for Cybertron Jackpot. His head, not the most secure construction in the history of heads. Not that that's a thing, but okay. This head folds like so. Yeah, then it's like under there. Is that right? Is that right? Okay, let's see. Yes, that appears sort of right. Sort of right. This, I mean, compared to War for Cybertron Trilogy Arcee, okay, the arms like I think just fold like that, and then I don't really like that her hands are like kind of like dangling there out the back. That's giving you like the hey thumbs up. I don't like that, but I do really like this car. I feel like this has got to fit somewhere on here. So, but okay, let's see. Oh, maybe is that can't be right. That doesn't look right. But is it? What's the picture say? This is I like pictures frankly a little bit more than I like it's weird looking. A little bit more than I like the instructions. If I can avoid these terrible things, I do. I will joke repeatedly and probably end this video with an image of my cat using one of these things. She used Blitzwing Legacy version. His instructions as like a betting, which I thought was more helpful than the instructions themselves. So this doesn't look right. I'm sort of like, but I don't really see where on the box where it's like, there is a picture. It's just that it looks different. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if we can. I'm gonna try plugging this in here. It's got a little port. But then, okay, and then maybe, does this conceal these janky hands? Can I? That doesn't look right. I'm going to crack into the instructions and see if they tell me anything that I don't already know about that pack. That is so unhelpful looking. Look at this. They're just like red arrows, like you plug it in. Like that just doesn't look right. Ugh. Right? Or am I just doing this wrong? This is my I confused reading face. Okay, okay. Yeah, I transformed her right. I just don't really know how this pack goes on her back. Except yeah, it just doesn't really. The pack on the back, not great. The little hands. And I think the thing is, you know what? Frankly, I don't want to be nitpicking figures. Being like, oh my god, this is, you know, because I am wary, and I'll maybe talk about this on another episode. I'm wary of, like, the quest for perfection, generally, but then also specifically through sort of, like, critique of stuff. And that doesn't mean don't be critical, because I think, like, when you make a bad toy, you make a bad toy. And I don't want to spend money on bad toys. I think this is a pretty freaking cool looking Cybertronian vehicle chick with awesome colors, and not a terrible transformation. I'm not sure about the back. I'm not sure about this pack sitting there, you know, where I'm like, what is this? I don't know. I'll do a little internet dig and see if there's anything I can find about what the heck this pack is supposed to actually do on the back of this car. But yeah, Moonracer, Power of the Primes, pretty cool. And I'm actually really excited to get the Elita 1 Power of the Primes and then see if I can hodgepodge together a combiner out of these two buckaroos. Much better than War for Cybertron Kingdom, Arcee. Whew. Low bar.